Golden State star Steph Curry says the Warriors are playing their best stretch of basketball so far this season, right now, during the postseason, which is, of course, great news for Warrior fans.
Very unfortunate for the Mavericks, but yeah.
Yeah, for Warrior fans, it's great news. But my question to you, this is more of a general NBA question, is this the best Golden State team we've seen ever?
Oh, no, not even close. You think back to the 2018 team. They won 58 games. But you throw in Kevin Durant on that team.
Yeah.
They had Andrew Iguodala, who was a defensive stopper. That team went 16-5 in the playoffs and swept LeBron's Cavaliers in the finals. This team is not playing at near that level,
right? Just
because of Kevin Durant. He was the MVP of the finals. So, no. Now, are they playing good enough to win the title this year? Absolutely. But, you know, you really have an embarrassment of riches when you compare our championship teams. This will be their 6th final in the last 8 years. But I don't think this team ranks up there with 2018.
You could consider them a dynasty.
Should.
And others do. When it comes to the Dallas Mavericks, Coach Jason Kidd is saying the Mavs are just getting started. The journey is just beginning with star Luka Doncic. And of course, the Mavs totally overexceeded expectations this season. But do you see this as just the beginning?
I do, yes, but I thought it was really weird timing for Jason Kidd to come out when they were down 3-0 in the series to say, that's okay, guys, it's just the beginning. And I'm like, the beginning of the series, the beginning of a dynasty someday? What was the beginning of? But I get it.
Yeah.
He didn't want it just to potentially get swept and have a real negative period on the end of the sentence. So is it the beginning? Yeah, because think about a year ago, Rick Carlisle was and Donnie Nelson were in charge of this thing. It wasn't that long ago. And now they're both gone, and we thought, oh my God, they're taking a step back. Some of us had questions about Jason Kidd as a coach. He's exceeded expectations. They not only won a round in the playoffs, they won 2 rounds in the playoffs, knocked off the number 1 seed on the road in a Game 7, and they're going to take a game or maybe 2 from Golden State, who I think is going to win the title. So, and Luka's still 23. I mean, this is the beginning of something special, and they've come so far in 1 year that I think he's right to say that and to believe that and to sell it to the fans.
Well, the Mavs were able to put the brooms away. They did not get swept by the Golden State Warriors. However, it does feel like during the Western Conference Finals, we have seen the Mavs get exposed for some weaknesses.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest Mavs weakness that they can improve on this offseason?
First of all, to your point, it's really important for them to avoid the brooms and in Game 4 dodge the squeegees because it was raining so hard at AAC. I think that would have been
a new arena is on deck.
That would have been a Debbie Downer to have such a good year and then get swept. It's just something psychological. They would have been a hangover there. But have they been exposed? Well, we kind of knew they were live by the 3, die by the 3. But where they've been exposed in this playoffs, and not just this round, but the whole playoffs, is rebounding on the boards. I mean, Dwight Powell, you know him, I know him. Sweetheart of a guy. Couldn't be nicer. And very athletic. But harmless. In this series, I mean, when he sets a good pick, you're like, yeah, go get him, Dwight. Because Golden State has taken away the lob. And if he doesn't have the lob, he's an offensive liability. And you got Maxi Kleber, the second best inside defender, who stays on the perimeter the whole time. They have gotten just bludgeoned on the boards by Golden State, who's not that good of a rebounding team. They've got to find just a glass eater, just a monster inside. An enforcer. Rim protector would be great, but somebody who gets double-digit rebounds just rolling out of bed. That's the glaring need that all Mavericks fans are like, we need that. Because you can't lose the rebounding battle to Golden State by 14 a game and give them second chance points on offense. They're too good to say, yeah, go ahead and get 3 offensive rebounds this possession. We'll stop you 4 times. Mavericks are good on defense. They're not that good. They got to get better on the boards.
To say that Luka Doncic has been great during this postseason run would be the understatement of the century. However, Luka does say that this experience has been a major learning experience for him. How important is the playoff experience for such a young player like Luka?
Oh, it's vital because he's been a star in basketball since he was 13 years old. But he's never done this. He's never been this far under these bright lights, under this different officiating and dealing with Golden State's athleticism and what they make him do on defense. It's all new to him. And of course, he's 23. He is
winning a playoff series was new to him.
Absolutely. and not to, they're not going to win the West Finals, but they can see the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Now they can't feel it or they can't touch it, but they're like, it's right there. We're this close. That's all the motivation you're going to need going into the offseason. And Luka's learning that, you know, maybe I should play a little bit faster at times. Maybe I should play slower at times. He's learning how the elite basketball against the best players in the world, how to deal with it, and it's invaluable. It's not always successful, but he's been Luka. He hadn't had to really change his game. He knows I can score 40 points at this level, and the 23-year-old, that's amazing going forward.
You can see how invaluable it is when you look at the Warriors team, right? Because they have all of that experience, and you're like, okay, this is the major difference between these two teams.
Yeah.
That and a rebounder.
It's rebounding, and yes, it's experience. I mean, I'm not comparing Luka to Michael Jordan, although his stats make you do it.
His postseason stats are very
His
similar.
stats make you do it sometimes. But Michael Jordan didn't, you know, his first 2 years, he didn't go to the NBA Finals. He couldn't get past the Pistons. He lost to the Celtics. It took time and him learning and making small tweaks in his amazing game. We're seeing Luka do that right before our very eyes. And it's very exciting going forward.
Luka Doncic was named to the All-NBA first team for the third straight season. Now that's impressive in its own right. And then throw in the fact that Luka's leading the Mavs to their first playoff series deep run since 2011. Do you feel like the ceiling is so high for Luka Doncic?
I don't think we're there yet, and that's the really exciting part, right? He's 23 years old. He's been in the league 4 years. In his 4 years, Rookie of the Year, 3 first-team All-NBAs.
Yeah.
I mean, other than leading the Mavericks to the finals and winning, there's not a lot more for him to do. I mean, he gets the All-Star also. The amazing thing about him is, you know, God bless the rest of the roster. They try hard. They listen to Jason Kidd. But look at his second-best player compared to the teams left in the playoffs. They're number 2s.
Yeah.
It's not even in the same stratosphere. So what he's doing basically by himself at this young age is amazing. And it's really interesting when, you know, we probably get caught up in like the local narrative of media. You know, Luka's great and you kind of think, are we being homers? I mean, he's good, but is he? Now you're listening to the Reggie Millers of the world and they're like, this guy is one of the best players on the planet. It just reinforces what we thought we knew, and now the world knows it.
Luka has been a tornado when it comes to playing against the Golden State Warriors. It's been very fun to watch.